Tonight, solving a billion-dollar money mystery. Good evening, I'm Brian Blakely. You're watching Queen City News at 10. After a near year-long investigation, we finally know how $1.8 billion showed up in a South Carolina state bank account. State leaders released a 69-page report this afternoon, and South Carolina Bureau Chief Shakira Speaks read through that entire report and shares those details with us now. Shakira.
The mystery of the $1.8 billion found in a state bank account has been solved. A report released Wednesday afternoon confirmed the $1.8 billion doesn't exist.
We now know a lot of the things that the treasurer said was not true.
But Senator Larry Grooms, chairman of the Finance Subcommittee, says State Treasurer Curtis Loftus still isn't telling the truth. Now it's costing the state more money.
We've now spent $3 million in a forensic audit, and there is now a request for an additional $5 million for legal fees to defend our state in this Securities and Exchange Commission investigation.
So here's what happened. The state transitioned from one accounting system to another over 4 years. During those years, the system had a two-phase bank conversion process that got messed up. Audit findings show the, quote, missing $1.8 billion stemmed from that conversion.
There were 7,000 accounting entries, and when all inputted, they didn't add up to the actual balances that the bank said was on deposit. So to fix that, a special account was created, and that contained at that time $1.56 billion. So a special account was created basically out of thin air so that the system would balance to the bank.
Groom says after a year, whatever errors came from the transition and conversion would work themselves out, but it didn't. He says, if anything, that number increased from $1.56 billion to $1.8 billion. He says that's when the General Assembly should have been notified of the accounting errors.
So the treasurer says that the state has tracked and all its money is safe in the bank, and that's true. All the money, all the real money is safe in a bank or multiple banks. But the Loftus dollars that never existed, well, they're not safe because they never existed.
Wow, Shakira, so many questions still about all this. Yeah. But first, the things all go back to Loftus here. What's going to happen to him?
So Grooms is renewing his calls for State Treasurer Curtis Loftus to resign from his office. Grooms has maintained that the error started from Loftus's office in the first place, Brian. Loftus told lawmakers that money had been sitting for 5 years and had accrued more than $200 million in interest, and now we know that's just not true. He did tell me on the phone that he's going to give Loftus an opportunity to come before the subcommittee again to change any of his statements, and we'll see what happens if and when he does do that. But on the good hand, as for the other $200 million, Brian, that does exist, and it's already in the state's reported bank balances.
Yeah, it's interesting to see when that final forensics investigation on accounting here comes out, and you say it's going to be 2 weeks.
It's going to be in another couple of weeks.
All right, yes. Shakira, thanks
We'll
for digging through that 69-page report.